So tonight I watched the Summer of Sangailė or Sangailė. It's got a accent on it, but it's Lithuanian, so I have no idea how it's supposed to be pronounced. I don't actually think I've ever seen a Lithuanian film before. I think this was my first. Gosh, I can't recall seeing a Lithuanian film before. This one was directed by Alantė Kavaitė. I don't know how to pronounce Lithuanian, so I'm fucking this up. She won the Best Director for Dramatic World Cinema at the Sundance Film Festival. I'm not really sure what that means. I don't know what categories they have at the Sundance, but she won an award for directing this film at the Sundance Film Festival. I have been waiting to see this film since then. That was in January, if you recall. This is December. So I waited all year to watch this movie. Finally came to LA. It's playing at the Sundance Sunset if you are in LA and you want to go see it. And I went to the evening show on a Friday, which is like movie night, and there was one person in the theater with me. So that's sad. And LA, you're disappointing me. My cat just stole something off of over there. Anyways, you don't need to know what my cat's doing. As long as she doesn't destroy it. I don't know. She's evil. She's an evil cat. So it's about a teenage girl who's 17 and she's about to end school and she doesn't know what to do with her life, and she's clearly depressed and she has sort of a restrained relationship with her parents. And they are summering, and the film starts with her at a trick air show, and she clearly is in love with airplanes. But when she wins a flight on one of them, because the girl who is giving out the tickets sort of arranges it, because you can tell that girl has a crush on her, she chickens out and doesn't go on the plane. And you're kind of like, because you could tell that she wanted to, but she doesn't do it. Throughout the film, then she ends up having a relationship with the girl. It's very sweet and very teenagery, and I mean that as in a good way. I thought parts of the other girl were a little borderline, and I hate to use this phrase, but borderline manic pixie dream girl. But then at the same time, I was that kind of teenage girl who dressed kind of funky, and I knew people who sewed all the time, and I know definitely there's lots of teenage girls who go around these days taking arty photographs. So I hate to use that phrase, because I think lots of girls are like that, especially artists when they're teenagers, and she's clearly going to go off and be an artist. Sangailė, the lead, is going to use this summer to discover what she really wants to do with her life. I'm not going to spoil it, but I will say that this would make a really great double feature with Lariska Shepetko's Wings. I feel like this would be a beautiful lady-directed double feature. There's more. It also sort of delves a little bit into, but not very much, but a little bit into the phenomenon of teenage girls who cut themselves, either on their arm or on their legs. And I have known some people who did this, and I myself did not do this, but I definitely thought about it. And it's a very strange thing, because I don't think boys do this that often. I think it's a uniquely teenage girl phenomenon. That was a cattail. This cutting, and I don't really know the psychology behind it, other than just as a relief. And that's clearly what Sangailė is using it for, until she finds someone else to take the pain away, by sharing joy with someone. Which those scenes were beautiful. I really enjoyed seeing them just having fun together and being teenagers in a happy sense. I liked this movie because it went back and forth between the melancholy and loneliness, and just sorrow, and everything sucks and the world's always going to be this shitty sort of feeling of being a teenager. But it also showed the joy of being with your friends and doing silly things and swimming and rolling around in grass and being in love and young. And so that was sort of fun because instead of focusing on one aspect or the other, they sort of showed you both sides of being a teenager. This was Alantė Kavaitė's second film. I haven't seen her first one. I'm going to have to seek it out. If it's available anywhere, I don't know. It's Lithuanian, so who knows. This is Lithuania's entry for Best Foreign Language Film. They haven't released the shortlist yet, but I have seen now this one, which is the Lithuanian pick. I've seen The Second Mother, which is Brazil's pick. I've seen Sand Dollars, which is the Dominican Republic's pick. And on Christmas, I'm going to see Mustang, which is France's pick. So there's a handful of films out there directed by women that might get nominated for Best Foreign Language Film. I also just read, this is not directed by a woman, but I also just read that in Wales, they adapted Under Milkwood, the Dylan Thomas play, into a Welsh film, and I'm trying to wrap my head around that, because I've read that play, and I don't know how that could be cinematic at all. Or you'd have to, like, just completely throw out the form of the play. I don't know. It's a strange one. It's neither here nor there. This is The Summer of Sangailė. You should watch it. Especially if you're in LA, I'm sure it's still playing somewhere. It's released by Strand Releasing, so you can go on their Facebook page and find out. But if you're in LA, you can see it at the Sundance Sunset, and you should. And they have really good grilled cheese sandwiches there. I had one. It was good. They're one of those, like, dine while you watch a movie places. Recommended. Summer of Sangailė 2015. Alantė Kavaitė. I'm pronouncing it wrong because it's Lithuanian.